Now we bring you the first of a two-part series on a world-class golf training center right here in Bozeman. Fluid Motion Golf and Fitness combines athletic-specific instruction with a high-tech three-dimensional training tool to give their clients a new type of experience. Now, I personally have only been a golfer for about 5 months, so I was very excited when they allowed me to get an inside look at this cutting-edge golf instruction. When you walk into the facilities, hitting the links is not the first thing that comes to mind, but it's the first step in the right direction.
The most important thing that the average person is going to get when they come in here is going to be better function. Their body's going to feel better, their golf swing is going to work better, but their life is going to feel better.
When I first started, owner and trainer Chris Ross took me through a comprehensive personal history, and then we took photos so he could measure my proportions and dimensions and set a foundation for our training. Ross says the process is specialized for each client.
Everybody does have an individualized plan that's going to help restore function to their body and get their body ready to move at an optimal pace.
Then it was on to the tests. He measured balance, rotation, range of motion,
and now back, keep that back,
stability, and movement. And when Chris Ross talks, you listen.
Once you set a spine angle in golf, to make your swing repeatable, that spine angle has to be maintained. Feel how much more range of motion there is?
Yeah.
What happens as soon as my upper body goes into that lifting mechanism is my hips come forward.
After our foundation was set, it was finally time to get strapped into the 3D golf simulator. After attaching a few sensors and getting some readings, I was ready to get started.
The 3D kind of lets us evaluate where people are breaking down in their golf swing. It lets us see specifically where their body's not transferring energy. So we can kind of pinpoint, is there a component of your body that's become dysfunctional, and is the timing off in your movement sequence that's making you lose power or have an inconsistent golf swing.
According to Chris, the 3D machine is the only one of its kind in the area. You'd have to go to California or Arizona to find something similar. It even has real-time graphs that allow you to see quantitative improvement as you go. And it's pretty neat to control a virtual you. But the time and effort you invest inside goes a long way out on the course.
So it's a lot more than me just saying, that looks like a good swing. We can quantify everything. We can see how much improvement from their physical components are carrying over into their golf swing.
After getting unhooked, Chris will go over your results in detail. And more than likely, you'll have the same results that I did.
We're finishing on that one right there.
Well, after the lesson, you are given a comprehensive analysis, such as this one, which allows you to compare your swing to those of the elite. Tomorrow, we'll bring you part 2 of this series, showcasing Fluid Motion's new relationship as a training vehicle for the MSU women's golf team. Let's move to the links, where today we bring you part 2 of our series on Fluid Motion Golf, a specialized training center in Bozeman. Usually, collegiate athletic training is based solely on campus with university-employed instructors. So the relationship between Fluid Motion and the MSU golf team typifies exactly what the brainchild of Chris Ross is: non-traditional. The training is based on the principles Fluid Motion teaches.
And he shows them how to do the correct movements. A lot of people aren't doing them the right way, and we're certainly know what movements they are, but we might not necessarily be doing them the right ways.
I know everybody on my team has said it's benefited them with flexibility. We do exercises every single time before we play for about a half an hour, and we're just so much more loose when we go play, and it's a lot more easy to swing on the driving range before you go play, and you don't have to hit as many balls.
And those exercises are vital to this team's successes.
We have maybe 15, 20 different stretches that we do literally before we go out and hit balls on the range. So I think it's helped. We're not as sore after we get done playing 36 holes days. That's a huge, huge deal. So whether we're stretching out our ankles, our calves, or our hams, all that stuff is beneficial to us after we're done playing.
People kind of just think that it's okay to just show up and hit golf balls. And that might work for some people, but the average person, and especially with the girls, they've flown down there, they've been in the car, they've been sitting in airports. To go directly from the hotel room to the driving range without any type of warm-up is definitely not enhancing their ability to move and function and perform, especially at a collegiate level.
Rather than team workouts, the individual instruction pinpoints each golfer's needs.
Specific exercises he's given me have made my hips come through the ball instead of my arms coming through the ball. And that's helped me a lot.
We've seen huge improvement in their functional ability, reduction of some of the problematic components that they were dealing with, from shin splints to knee pain to back and neck pain. So physically, it's made a huge difference.
With fluid motion, the Cats know they have a leg up on the competition.
This is a great recruiting tool. I'm not aware of any other teams from Montana. Absolutely not. I mean, Chris is the only one, I think, in Montana that's doing this.
It's just, it's one more edge that people aren't doing, and it's going to help us in the future because it's going to make us more mobile, no matter what. I mean, whatever your age, it's going to help you.
The Bobcats finished 14th at the University of Oregon Invitational this past weekend. Sophomore LaRae Smith had the low round with a 79.